Hey everyone, it's TTL back with another video for you, and today I've actually been lucky enough to get early access to the new Gears 5 game, or Gears of War 5. So what I thought I would do is grab the two Powercolor cards which I have, and that's the 5700 and the 5700 XT Devil cards, to show you how things will perform. Now there's a few things in the game that I do want to cover, but we are going to be showing you 1K, 2K and 4K performance. Plus we're also going to show you how good maybe the, it already is, the frame rate targeting is, which might help some of you people out there that might be trying to get 4K with maybe just a 5700 over here. But let's get comfy and have a look at what Gears 5 has to offer. Okay, so the system specs is normal. This is our normal GPU test system. Might be changing soon, but we'll see. You can see that we're running everything on Ultra with the texture pack, and it's the Powercolor 5700 and 5700 XT that's going to be the only thing that changes. Here you can see some of the options in the game settings. We will be running 1080p, 1440p and 4K. But what we have done is downloaded the extra texture pack so that we can run everything on Ultra. Into the 1080p, this is the benchmark run. Now, one of the things I will say with the inbuilt benchmark is this is more than likely going to be a worst case scenario. So you might experience better frame rates in the normal gameplay, because with the benchmark there is an awful lot going on at the whole time. But not only here can you see the frame rates that we're getting at that specific moment in time, you can also see the temperatures that we're getting with the Powercolor cards. And as you can see, there's really not a great deal between the cards temperature wise, but averaging around 15 to 20 frames per second difference at 1080p. Moving on to 1440, and the difference between the cards narrows a little bit, and it averages out about 8 to 10 frames per second in the end. But don't forget what I said, this is a worst case scenario, and it is also Ultra with the extra texture pack. So this is with everything completely maxed out. The texture pack basically is for cards with 8GB or more as well, so it does push the VRAM very hard. Onto 4K, as you can see, we've had a heck of a drop with the frames per second now. Now looking around sort of like 33 to 35 for the 57, and then sometimes just peaking over that 40 limit for the 5700 XT. So it does push the cards to their limit with this, but this may be something that we'll be able to tweak and play with the adaptive resolution. Now this is moving on to some actual gameplay rather than just the set benchmark. This is 2560 by 1440 in Ultra with the extra texture settings as well. $5700 XT, actual gameplay, same settings, 2500 by 2560 by 1440 in Ultra with the extra texture settings available, enabled as well. just a quick bit of side-by-side actual game footage so that you can see the difference between the two cards at the same, playing the same part of the game, but also with all of the same settings. And in the live part of the game, as you can see, they're actually quite high, and that's why I did draw attention earlier on to the fact that the benchmark is more than likely going to be a worst case scenario. Moving on to the minimum frame rate target. Now, at the present moment in time, you can see it's below 40 frames a second. We're running just the normal 5700 in 4K at Ultra. But you can see that, you know, the frame rate isn't that, well, it's not that great. It's being stressed, it's being worked hard to get there at this present moment in time. You can go into the options and then you can scroll down and you can find the minimum frame rate. Now we're going to set this to 60, and what this does is it means that it will dynamically alter some of the settings like the AA and the resolution to get you that 60 frames per second during the times when the game is being stressed out. So you can instantly see here, we did just see 58 frames per second there, but it's brought the frame rate up, it's nice and fluid. Any glitches that you may see in the game are issues our end with the render. We didn't see any graphical problems when we were playing the game in person. And also, to be fair, when you are playing it, there's normally so much going on that you don't really get a chance to see any big changes in the AA or the resolution itself. It's actually quite slick and a great way to bring you those extra frames per second. There was a glitch there then. Bring you those extra frames per second at the times when you really need it. Don't forget, if you want any more info on other graphics cards, then you can go to the link below to the full review on the OC3D website. And there is also a full review of the 2 graphics cards on the OC3D website with also the link below.